Typically, when somebody is talking about green building, there's some big principles that they are looking at in terms of building their building. It's really the idea of building a building in a more sustainable way that really has less of an impact on the Earth's natural systems. And the big areas that people focus on to create a green building are energy efficiency, so looking at really trying to reduce the amount of energy your building uses, which typically results in less greenhouse gas emissions and helps with global warming. In addition, it's also looking at water conservation and trying to add systems to your building that really reduce the amount of water, potable water that you're using in the building, as well as trying to reuse some of that potable water more than once before it's sent to the sewer. It's also looking at indoor air quality and making sure that the occupants inside of the building are healthy and comfortable, and the air that they're breathing is quality air. And that relates directly to the materials that go in the building. So it's focusing on making sure that the materials that are being put in the buildings, the paints and the carpets, are non-carcinogenic and non-toxic and are not going to be able to make people sick. And it also relates to making sure that people have a connection with the outdoor world, so they have natural light coming into the building and ventilation and views to the outside to really help them feel comfortable in a building. And then finally, it's looking at how the building and the site relate to each other, so trying to develop the site in a sustainable way that really addresses how water is going to flow off the site and how much natural landscaping is left on the site and how that landscaping will be maintained and watered, and really trying to reduce the impact of development on the site. Well, my role at the Bureau of Development Services is to help people who want to build green buildings or incorporate green technologies into their existing buildings to meet the building code and zoning code requirements that BDS enforces. So a lot of times when people are doing green building, they're trying to do really innovative new things or looking at new technologies or trying to do things a little bit differently than we typically see. And so my job is to help make sure that some of the things that they want to do are able to meet our code requirements and make sure that our reviewers understand what people are trying to do and are able to figure out how to get them approved. One of the things that I do is when somebody is looking at creating an innovative new building technology, so for example, a new kind of solar panel or a new building material made out of something recycled or some sort of natural material, a lot of times they have a lot of questions about how is this new technology going to be able to meet the building code, and if I try to use this in a building, how will it work? So we do a lot of meeting with people that are looking at starting up new businesses or companies around these new building products and helping them figure out how to make their products meet the building code. And we talk to them pretty early in the startup of their company to make sure that the direction that they go is the right direction, and that at the end of the line they'll have something that will be easily approved in new buildings and people can use pretty readily. In addition, we've also created a new process here at the Bureau that we're calling the Alternative Technology Advisory Committee. It's a committee that's an adjunct to our appeals process. So if somebody wants to do a building using a really new kind of out there green technology, this committee can help review it before our appeals board sees it and take a look at what they want to do and make sure that we have all the information we have to be able to get it through the approval process. So we've created a committee made up of outside experts in the green building field that can help us evaluate these new technologies and sort of fill in the expertise that our staff doesn't have. Well, one of the things that I do in my position is work with the Bureau of Planning and Sustainability to help make sure that the work that they're doing matches up with the work that we're doing. So for example, the Bureau of Planning and Sustainability has a green building team that does a lot of outreach and education around green building technology, and they're really out there trying to get people encouraged and excited about doing green building. And so I make sure that when they're out there encouraging people, that the technologies that they're inspiring people to implement into their buildings are things that are our folks will be able to understand when they see it on a building plan and when they inspect it in the field, as well as make sure that it's going to be able to meet the building and zoning code requirements. In addition, the Bureau of Planning and Sustainability is in charge of the zoning code, and so one of the things I do is work with them on zoning code development to make sure that our city's zoning code has requirements in it that help encourage green building technologies and help sort of break down barriers to people that want to do more green building. Customers can contact me at the Bureau of Development Services by either calling me at my direct line, which is 503-823-9651, or if they want to send me an email, my email address is dcleek@ci.portland.or.us. Or finally, we have a really good web page set up on the BDS website that goes over all of the different green building programs that we're working on, as well as has a bunch of really good links to resources available in the region provided by other organizations. And the address for that webpage is portlandonline.com/BDS/green building.